Hello and welcome to another episode of Truly Bedrock with me, Mr. Beardstone. Last episode, we almost got all of our empty buildings full, although we've still got one more to do, which is, of course, the theatre. Which, once again, seems to have a visitor. A special delivery this time. It's really loud around here. Special delivery. Okay. Well, we know the procedure by now. Let's have a look. What have we got? What? No. What in the world? I kind of want the stuff they're holding. Okay, there's only one way. There's only one way through this. There's only one thing to do. Oh, there's so many of them! Oh my days. They don't stop coming! Jeez. I suppose that's what happens when you build a city. You end up with a zombie apocalypse. What in the world? Oh my, there's even more. Ah! Are they all holding like a stack of terracotta? How do you do that? They are literally all holding a stack of terracotta. There's loads of Loy heads as well. Still hit more zombies. Did we get more? There's more there, look. Come here, you two. Get out of my city. This isn't for you. What was that? Is that? I'm just... Wait a second. How many of them are in here? Oh my... Right, okay. This was a terrible idea. This was a terrible idea. I shouldn't have come in here. Oh, no. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Terrible mistake. On the plus side, I've got one of my heads as well. That'll come in handy. How do I get down from here without wings? Right, there's two out here. Oh, okay, I think I've got fire stuff, flamey stuff on my sword. Die, all of you. Right, let's get my stuff back if I can. Oh, jeez. They just keep coming! What is that one wearing? That one looks like he's wearing sunglasses. What in the world? Oh, right, all my stuff's still in there. Okay, let's see if we can deal with these properly this time, without piling in. Let's not do a Leroy Jenkins. Jeez. There's so many of them, they don't stop. Ow! Wow. Okay, all my stuff's gonna despawn if I'm not quick. Ah! Jeez. Right, okay, I think everything's dead. You're mad, did you just create a zombie apocalypse in my city?
Well, technically it was a mailman apocalypse.
A mailman apocalypse.
Yeah, they were delivering things to you.
I know. Thanks. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do need terracotta. I always need terracotta. I spend most of my streams just digging it out.
I heard as such. And hey, you said you needed head, so.
Yes, I did.
I gotten you another one of your heads.
Yes, yes, you did. Yes, that's insane.
I thought I was so clever. I came with an invisibility potion. I drank it and I forgot to take off the armor.
Yeah, well, I ran off that way, being chased by zombies. I come back and I just saw a floating little bit of armour, which then promptly disappeared again. So
Yeah, I didn't even realize. I was luring them out to go fight you, because, to go deliver to you.
I see. Well, I mean, either way, that was crazy. How much terracotta is even here?
There should be around 3 shulker boxes. So it's like there. I left some in one of their shulker boxes, like at the very beginning.
Yes.
But overall, there was around 60-ish zombies.
60.
Yep.
I mean, that was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I mean, I built a city. I suppose it's only fair that there's a zombie apocalypse at some point.
Again, they are mailmen.
Okay, a mailman apocalypse. Yeah, a mailman apocalypse. Well, that was a lot of fun. I dread to think how long that took you to set up.
A night, I'm gonna say.
Oh wow. Well, I mean that was definitely a lot of fun. And I fully appreciate all the terracotta.
Oh, yeah, no problem. And hey, if you're feeling extra grateful, I have this one thing that I really need from you.
Okay, what's this? Go on.
So you know how if you go this direction into your city?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how there's like a moment where your town becomes T-Stom's base?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I owe like a lot of revenge to T-Stom.
Right.
And also you have a zombie spawner under the city.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Right. Enough said. Well, it's certainly been a strange start to the episode again, but then I guess that's what happens every time Zloy comes to visit. He turns up, weird things happen, he hijacks my intro, and I get lots and lots and lots and lots of free stuff. At least this time we got lots and lots and lots, and I still haven't moved it all, we've still got more terracotta to move, but what he did was put some stuff in my theatre. Which, I mean, I hadn't got round to it yet, so probably about time somebody did. But the problem with that is this is actually where we're going to be building today, so we will be taking down Zloy's lovely redstone door contraption thing. It doesn't really have a continuing use, but that scared the absolute bejesus out of me. I was not expecting that. But first things first, I guess we better clear up in here and get rid of the rest of that terracotta and give ourselves a bit of a clean canvas, because what we're actually going to be doing in here is turning it into a theatre. Yep, we don't really need a farm in here. So I'm just going to do my best to try and cram a theatre in here. It is not a lot of space though. Yeah, it really isn't a lot of space. So I'm going to see what I can do. We'll get a lobby down here, I reckon, and then we'll have some stairs going up, and then have the actual sort of stage and seating bit up there somewhere, I guess. This might not work, but let's struggle through it together, shall we? There we go, that's much better. We've cleaned up in here a little bit, and I've dug down the floor a level because I do want to start on the floor. And I think the first thing we're going to do is get in a black carpet, which is, of course, going to be made of black concrete powder, because that's probably the closest thing we've got. Okay, that actually works a little bit better than I thought it would with the black on the floor, and yeah, I think we can work with that. So the main thing we need to get in here, other than, of course, some kind of counter, which I assume is going to go up against this side, kind of like a refreshments counter type thing. The other thing we need to do is figure out where we want to put some stairs. I think that's going to work quite well, actually. If we have the stairs over here, then we can still get up here, we can get round here. It's a little bit tight under this corner, but there's not really much I can do about that. I mean, I still kind of need to block that off as well, but we could do that with a trapdoor, maybe? I think in order to tell if this is going to work properly or not, I do need to prep all the walls up here, and maybe even think about getting the floor in, because that's going to allow me to actually see exactly what it is we're working with here. Well, I've been playing around a little bit, and I'm thinking what I want to do is have the stage up against that wall there, because there's more length this way than there is that way, which means we're going to be able to get more rows of seats in. And you may be wondering why I didn't just have the stairs come up and then put the stage over there, and that is because I also want to get balcony seats in. And for that, we're going to have to do something slightly different, which does mean we're going to end up with a taller ceiling downstairs, because we don't need this floor here now. Although we could use that for something. I'm not entirely sure. It may come in handy at some point in the future, so for now, I'm just going to block it off and we're going to work with it. But if we feel like we do need more ceiling downstairs, although that is already quite tall, we do have the space for it. We could also use this floor as like a backstage area or bathrooms or just something else like that that you'd find in a theatre. So for now, I think I'm just gonna leave it open, maybe in that doorway bit there. But yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do with that bit later. So for now, I do want to carry on working out the layout before I do anything else. And that lamp we cannot remove because I believe on the other side, yeah, that is actually to the outside. So that kind of needs to stay there. But that's not really much of an issue, I guess, because we do still need to put in the stage itself. And I don't want to be using dark oak again for the stage. So let's go find something else. What with it still being a stage, however, we probably do want it to be a fairly dark wood, so we're going to go with spruce. Maybe 3 deep will be enough for this stage. Okay, so I think something like that there for the stage should work fine. The only problem is... Actually, yeah, we're probably going to pull that forward one more because those lanterns also can't be moved and they're kind of going to be in the way of the stage as a whole, I think. Okay, so I think that's going to do us for the stage area. We'll get some more stripped dark oak for the back wall there, and once we get the sort of wings of the stage in, we're not going to see those lights anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. That should just help prevent the mob spawning. So I've also been working out this bit here, so we're going to put in a wall here just made out of trapdoors, and that's going to separate the stairwell from the main sort of performance area. And then we're going to have some stairs that go up here onto the balcony seats, because what's a theatre without balcony seats? So we'll have 2 rows of seats up there, and we're probably going to get, let's have a look, 1, 2, 3... I mean, probably not 4. 4 might be a bit close. So we're probably going to get 3 rows of seats up here as well, which is pretty good. I think now that we've got a basic layout sorted, what I need to do is start filling in some of the gaps. So I need to get this wall in. I need to actually get the seats in and make sure that that looks okay, because I am a bit worried the gap at the front might be a bit big, but we can always make the stage a bit bigger, I suppose. But before we do any of that, what I do want to work out is the downstairs area, because this is where, you know, first impressions are going to count down here. And I think the first thing I want to do is turn these walls here into poster walls. So if you look at what we've got on the outside here, we're kind of advertising upcoming shows and things like that. And because this blue is also on the inside, we may as well take advantage of that and frame out these ones as well. So if we then get some lights in here like so, and then get some paintings in, so that should give me just a 2-tool painting anyway. And this one, if we do that... maybe not that one. There we go. And then we've got a couple of posters on the wall. Good, good, good. So this back wall here, I wonder, can we get away with changing it? What's on the other side? Barrels. Lots of barrels. Bookshelves. Okay. So that's the bookstore, I reckon. I reckon we can probably get away with this. So I just want to try something with the ceiling here, because I'm wondering if we can get away with maybe... using this on the ceiling, because we don't want to remove all the colour from this room, and I think by replacing that back wall there, we've made the whole thing very, very dark. So if we can get some colour back in, this could be a good way to do it. Turns out I think the blue works quite well up there, but I had to be sure, so I added some lights, and then I added some paintings and some shelves and some... Look, okay, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, I did it again, I got carried away. I wasn't sure if the blue was working, and... you know, figured I should probably get some more interior in first to make sure it was going to work, and, well, I mean, it works. What do you think? So what I've done down here is I've just added a sofa in the corner here, and then, of course, we've got our counter, we've got our slushy machines. Wait a minute, where are my handles? Taps, not handles, but you know what I mean. So we've got our slushy machines, we've got some other drink machines that we've got kind of throughout the city, really, because I love how they look next to each other. It just works. But I do need to get a couple more bits up on the shelves just to make it look a bit busier in there. We've also got a small seat over here, which then leads onto the stairs, and we've got a painting on the wall. And all in all, I think that's working quite well. I do have another confession to make. So as we go up these stairs, we have this area on the right that we weren't sure what to do with. So I put a door on it, and then on the other side I built a small changing room, and it's okay. It could be a lot better. I don't really know what to do with it just yet. I mean, swapping that out for a lantern would be a good start, but I don't really know exactly what to do with this for now, so I've just kind of put a few bits in here. And I'm hoping that that's going to at least give it a little bit of life. Maybe a couple of armor stands in here would help. Certainly help tank the frames in my city a little bit more. And then we've also got a ladder there that will go up to the stage area. which kind of brings me on to my last confession. So if we leave this room again, we get to this corridor here, and this is the big trapdoor wall. Oh, I need to close some more trapdoors. But this is the big wall that I was saying we were going to make out of trapdoors to separate the main stage area from the corridor. And this corridor just has a little seating bit I could do with a piece of string there. And I should probably maybe put a sign saying that that's sort of the lower seats, and this, of course, is going to the upper seats. The only problem with this corridor, of course, is the fact that I can't really do anything about this wall. I can't change it. I mean, I could probably get a couple of paintings up to mix it up a little bit, and I can, of course, still sort out the ceiling, but the wall itself is basically attached to the outside, so there's not really much I can do about that. And it's a lot of blue. Then if we go around here, we can see the seating and, of course, the stage. Yep, like I said, I got carried away. So I managed to get 3 rows of seats in here. They're fairly straightforward, nothing too fancy. But when you're sitting here, you get to look at the wonderful stage, and I'm quite pleased with how that came out. I'm probably going to get an armour stand on there, make it look like a stand-up show, because I think the microphone stand there works quite well, and that's actually just a black candle on the top there. So we've also got the wings for the stage, we've got lighting rigs up the top there as well, so yeah, I think I've covered most things. And of course, we've got the balcony above, and if we go up here, we get a much better view of the stage, and yep, these seats are definitely worth paying more for. Especially if you're on the front row here. So looking down, you can actually see into the wings of the stage a little bit as well, and there are a couple of blocks on each side, so people can actually hide behind there, should truly Bedrock the Musical ever actually happen. And from on stage, we have a lovely view of these stands. Once again, can't really do anything about the back wall without taking more space away from this building, and this building was small enough as it was, so I've just kind of had to make do with what the interior blocks were in a lot of cases. And this, of course, is the hole down to the dressing room, so plenty of space for people to get up and down and sneak their way onto stage, as long as they're coming on from stage right, because if they're coming on from stage left, well, that's just not going to work. And I'm pretty sure I've probably got the stage left and stage right things the wrong way round. I don't know. So we do still have a few finishing touches to put on this place, as I say, but overall, the majority of it is there now. And although it looks a little bit janky in places, especially around these stairwells, I'm really pleased with how the stage itself and how the lobby have come out. Once again, I just need to add a little bit of life. I might even put some honey on the floor down there and trap a villager in there because, well, it's always nice to have somebody to actually sell you the refreshments. And we also need to get a replacement villager for there because something may have happened, but we don't need to go into details. In other news, we have made a few sales, or purchases I suppose, over at the Wanted shop, which is of course where we're trying to get player heads, and so far I've been given one of my own heads. We've got a few Tiz heads, and that just made me chuckle so much I had to leave them like that, although I could do with changing the clothes. And we've also got 10 Zloy heads. Yes, 10, and that's not even including the... Wait a minute. What's going on in here? Are you trying to eat a llama? Wait a minute, is this... This is another one of the apocalypse zombies. He's holding terracotta. Am I going to keep finding you guys everywhere? I guess we're never truly safe. But as I was about to say, we've also got Zloy here pushing someone. Don't know who that's going to be yet. Depends who sells me a head next, I guess. But it does make a difference having these heads instead of the villager heads, so hopefully we can get all of these replaced in time. And in saying that, there is actually one more we replaced, which I'll quickly show you before we move on to the next task. And that is DB over here at the hover bike, and he is looking a lot cooler than the Ghast ever did. It's been a while since we've looked at our city from up here, but this is where we need to be to plan our next task, and that is more roads, because there are more buildings I do want to get down. I have been messing around a little bit in creative. Those of you who are a bit keener-eyed may have spotted something earlier on in the episode as well. But basically, we've got a lot more roads to build, and I think that's where I'm going to focus my energies a bit now. So my original plan has kind of got to change a little bit because we do have this billboard here now, and I do want to make sure we put a building in there somewhere that can encompass that billboard, even if we have to sort of move it slightly or maybe move it up a little bit. Not entirely sure, but I do want to incorporate that into a build, which means this road here needs to move. So I might actually just curve it off that way and bring this one out a little bit further and then figure out all the roads over there. I don't really know how they're going to work yet. And I do also want to have a road that goes from here and goes over onto this mass here, because this is going to be the location, quite possibly, I haven't actually spoken to Tiz about it yet, of the Barn Bros HQ building, because, well, we've got our industrial district, we've got our shop, but we haven't got anywhere to hold meetings, and where eventually we'll probably meet up with Silent and see if we can bribe him into joining us. But in order to do that, we need infrastructure, and for infrastructure, we need roads first off. Some roads just like this, in fact, and now that we've plonked that down, we can see a little bit more of the layout of the city. So I've added this road all along here, so we're going to have some buildings that go along this side, of course. We might even put in an alleyway probably through here to sort of create a shortcut from this side straight through to the back. But we've also added a road, if I can take off, jeez, there we go. But we've also added a road here, and this is the one that is going to go over to this landmass. I'm going to put in a bridge here at some point, just haven't quite worked out exactly how that's going to look yet. But as you can see, we've got space here for a few buildings. We'll probably get a clump of 4, get another city block in. We've got space over here for a couple of buildings. And of course, all of that space round the back of the city here. And the bird's eye view of the city now as well gives a more complete road layout, which is lovely to see. But sadly, any further development on that area is going to have to wait for now, because that is the end of the episode. So thank you very much for hanging out and watching it if you've made it this far. If you enjoyed it, please do hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more in future, then please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next episode of Truly Bedrock. Bye bye now.